intentional. I am the sun. I am original. I am the one. I have a purpose for my existence. I will not stop till I reach my mission. I have ambition. I am consistent. People don't cross me without my permission. My journey is in no competition. I am grateful for all I've been given. I am unique. I am complete. I am everything that I wish to see. I can create my own reality. I am the best me that I can be. I am manifestation. I am present and patient. I am confident. I am opulent. I am destined for greatness.
What's good, y'all? It's your girl Sheena D, aka Indigo Ayora, and this is Str8 Outta Kemet. Founded in 2019, it was birthed underneath my publishing company, I in the Middle Publishing LLC, where the mission is raising frequencies one book at a time. Str8 Outta Kemet features greatness from our own melanated community of entrepreneurs, entertainers, authors, and social influencers. Its mission is lifting up our people one broadcast at a time. Str8 Outta Kemet has been rebirthed and will continue in the legacy of uplifting our people by utilizing its platform to promote their greatness. We are available on all listening platforms.
Y'all, what's goody? What's goody? Happy Wednesday to you. I do trust that you have had a wonderful, productive Wednesday. Remember that you are great, you are wonderful, and you are magnificent, and you were put here for a purpose. So, baby, if you feel like that you can't hold on, baby, I'm gonna need you to hold on just a little while longer. Because listen, if you don't know, I'm gonna let you know. You got this. For today's episode, we have a very, very special guest, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all, like I told y'all before, man, we hitting worldwide. Different cities, different states. You heard me. We have a very special guest from out of Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, originally from Mobile, Alabama. He is a very, very special guest, y'all. He's an awesome man. I mean, man, he's really about his business. He's really standing on his purpose. He's standing on his square. And I definitely appreciate this brother for coming through and giving us all the extra motivation and inspiration that he delivered. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop on into the episode. Ferman Maurice Jackson Jr. was born and raised in Mobile, Alabama, to the parents of Ferman Jackson Sr. and Lillian Jackson on April the 23rd, 1982. Ferman Jackson Jr. is the oldest of 5 boys. When growing up, he was always a quiet child and stayed to himself. He used to draw as a child. After his parents' divorce in 1989, he moved to Atlanta, Georgia with his mom and older sisters for 4 years. Moving back to Mobile in 1992, graduating high school in 2001, and getting into talk radio in 2009, and then again in 2018. He moved to Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, where he is now pursuing his career as CEO and founder of Walking His Way Impact Voice Podcast, which airs on Facebook Live Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. His YouTube channel, Walking His Way Impact Voice, and on Facebook, on his Facebook page, you can find him at Ferman M. Jackson Jr. Further ado, we have the CEO and founder of Walking His Way Impact Voice, Ferman Jackson Jr. in the building. How are you this evening?
I'm doing good, and I'm thankful to be here. I'm honored to be here. I know it's not in vain, and I'm very excited to chop it up with you on your platform. And I'm just truly blessed to be here.
Awesome, awesome. I love it. Now, I'm getting a little bit. Okay. All right, cool. So first of all, I want to thank you for being able to come onto the Str8 Outta Kemet podcast. And thank you for allowing me onto your podcast, using your platform to be able to join in on the conversations, the wonderful conversations that you all have. as well as to be able to promote the things that I had and have going on. That's how we originally met, was you allowing me on your podcast. So definitely, I see your hustle all on Facebook. Like you definitely motivate and inspire me. So I definitely wanted to make sure to get you on the Str8 Outta Kemet podcast, where we are basically promoting our melanated community in all of their endeavors.
And you know what? And I appreciate it. I really do. And I love what you're doing. Check out your channel. You got some awesome stuff. You're very creative. I like that. I
Yeah.
respect that. You're utilizing all that the Most High has given you. And that's what I respect about it. You put in the work and you elevate your game. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I definitely do try to stay consistent, even though, life presents so many challenges sometimes where uh, it just be hard sometimes to get through the day, especially for those of us who have children. Like, the time is it's all about times. Like, time is running out. Like, I don't have enough time in a day. But I'm definitely doing my best to keep going. So thank you for that. I appreciate that. Now, before we hop into all of your greatness, I'm going to ask these icebreaker questions. Questions. Now, let's see. And icebreaker questions basically is just to give the audience, a little sneak peek about who you are outside of all of your greatness that you do. So, one of my questions would be to you is, what's one thing that you would love to do that you have never ever done before you leave this planet?
Travel the world. Go overseas. Give me a passport. That's what I want to do.
Okay. So, what have you been out of the state yet?
You know what? I have not. So it's the first time for everything. So that's something I really want to do. But somebody, well, I'm gonna tell you this. What people really don't know, I really want to visit Canada. I really want to visit Toronto, Canada. For some reason, but I just want to go and visit. They say it looks just like New York City. So I'd love to go experience Canada.
Yeah, yeah. I actually went there. I think my son he wasn't even 1 years old yet. It was pretty cool. It was a very nice experience. Seeing the waterfalls. If you go to Canada, hop on that boat that take you over there to the waterfalls. Oh my gosh, it was a little scary. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna like because they get you real close and you gotta have on your they give you a poncho or whatever to
Okay.
put on. And then the wind is blowing. So I was like, but it was really fun, really a fun experience. Okay, awesome. And the second question is, what is Ferman Jackson Jr.'s pet peeve?
My pet peeve. What's my pet peeve? Um, you know what? Now I'm at the point now. I would say this is your word. Word is your bond with me. And the reason why I say that for because through the years you have people who will try to play you, get over on you. So I'm not to the point. Be a man and one with your word. That's my pet peeve. If you're that type of individual who make excuses, that type of individual who don't show up, don't explain why you didn't show up, and I see you doing other things, that right there is that's a big turn off for me. It's like, you know what? You don't have no character about yourself. Good character.
Okay, okay. I love it. I love it. I love those pet peeves. Because I always say your name is all that you have.
Right?
And basically, I read in this book a while ago. I don't remember the name of the book, but it said that when you start not following through on the things that you say, you start to take away your, did they say like your God aspect? I can't remember. I feel like it was something of that nature, but basically you start to uh take away from yourself in a sense.
Right.
Like people start to look at you in a different light.
They do. They do
Yep.
because it may, I'm gonna go biblical for a moment. Christ said, "Let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. Anything else is evil." So if you're gonna do something for somebody, either gonna be a simple yes or a no. Anything else is evil. So it's like I make it my best as a man to say, if I'm gonna do something for you, I'm gonna make my best to do something for you. That lets you know about my character and my integrity. Because through the years, we all done this before. We do these cliches. Yeah, I'm praying for you. No, you're not. You're just saying that everybody else says. You're not really doing it. Or I'm gonna do it for you, but then when it comes, you make all these excuses. So you really didn't mean it. So we have to learn how to mean what we say. We have to, first of all, we have to be real with ourselves first. That's something I had to learn right now in my own personal life too. Just always be real, be honest, and they're gonna take you a long way.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, I definitely hear the beautiful accent. I know that you're in Dallas, but where are you from?
I'm originally from Alabama.
Oh, wow,
Born,
okay.
yeah, Mobile, Alabama. I was born and raised. I transitioned here to DFW, Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. The year 2020 during the pandemic, December 18th, 2020, when I transitioned here. And so that's where I'm originally from, Alabama. Born and raised, roll tide all day, every day. But I'm
Wow.
also a Dallas Cowboy fan. I've been a Dallas Cowboy fan when I was growing up in Alabama. So, it's roll tide, Cowboy Nation. The only two teams I roll with in football.
Wow, Mobile, Alabama. Is that like real country? Like,
Well,
is it like in the middle of nowhere?
Mobile is near Florida.
Okay.
Pensacola, Florida is near, Mississippi. Mobile is a small city. It's not country. We got dirt roads and all that other stuff. It's a small city. So it's growing, but I wish there would be more there, especially with the people there, not knocking my hometown, but they have to get out there complacent mentality, being
Mm,
complacent, not being open minded. That's why I transitioned from there to here because people here in Texas, it's a big state. They're more open minded. They're creative. They're doing different things. The culture here is nice, and I'm enjoying. I'm still building my foundation here for 2 years now, so I'm still building my foundation. Still getting out that network, meet different people, and this platform has truly helped me. The 2 years I've been here, it's already making noise. People already know who we are, and that's how I met Shay. I met Shay social media wise, interviewed her, and we kicked off as me being her quote unquote big brother, and she like my little sister. So we've been going strong like for a whole year, and it's been truly a blessing.
awesome, awesome. I love it. Yeah, so I guess we could just hop into how did you actually come up with the podcast?
It was by I don't want to say accident. It's something I walked into. Just back in, I started back in '09. Well, it was this guy, and I want to give a big shout out to him, Damian Rich. He was the one who turned me on to what we doing right now. If you're not familiar, back in the day, it was a thing called Blog Talk Radio.
Hmm.
Blog Talk Radio was where
Yeah.
everybody was doing their own platform, and you could talk about anything. So he invited me to do stuff with him on his platform. So co-host with him, whatever. He'll talk about different stuff. So one day I was like, "Why well, I won't do something like that?" It's like, okay, what I want to do is talk about real life issues, talk about people, talk about things that people are going through. So that's what it came from. My first episode was called Child Support.
Mm.
I don't have any children, but I was saying with the child support was only built for those males who wasn't taking care of their children. I was saying, but if you have the man that's still taking care of his children, even though y'all may not be together in the same household, I don't think he need to be put on child support because he's still doing his duty as the
Mhm.
father just because y'all not together no more. It's only for those who are deadbeats who don't give a bleep about their children.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's where it started from. That was back in '09. And then '09 to 2023, I took a break hiatus. I was married at one time. I was married for 6 years. Um, the divorce got finalized in 2017. So I stopped doing talk radio. I didn't get back into it back in like 2018. I said, you know what? I started some, let me finish. And that's how I go. And I got a whole lot of stories. what kept me going in the midst of doing this platform.
Mhm. Okay, awesome. And like I said, I really admire your hustle. How you're always promoting on Facebook. I definitely need to find you on Instagram. My question to you is, and I know I spoke with you the other day and you told me you were working like 18 hours. I don't know, maybe it probably was like 12 hours.
16 hours, I'll give you 16.
Okay. I knew it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah,
It was an
16.
accumulation of hours. So how is it that you find the energy and like the tenacity or just the balance of being able to continue on with your podcast and work a lot of hours?
Well, first of all, I'm a Jackson. That's the first thing I'm gonna say. I'm a Jackson because my dad, first of all, my dad is 62. He retired from both his jobs, and he's still working to this day. So that runs to the Jackson family, hardworking men. My little brother, he the same way, work hard. So that's in our blood. That's not DNA. So I'm a Jackson. My thing is, if you really want to get something done, you're gonna have to do it. It's not gonna fall out of the sky. On I can only stop me. Nobody else can stop me. Not my job, not no relationships, only me to stop me. What keeps me going is I love what I do. Even though I do doubles on my 9 to 5, let's say, I still have put in time for my podcast. I do my podcast on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and I implemented a Saturday morning show. So that's why I would tell anybody, and I mentioned this before to somebody, it's gonna take I'm single, but it's gonna have to take a special type of woman to be with me because the road that I'm going. I'm not that type of dude where I'm just sitting around and wasting life. I'm about building life, creating my life, building my legs. That's why the new T-shirt in our store is we unlearn bad habits, relearn legacy. So my legacy
Mm.
is on point. I'm telling you, I'm 40 years old. I'll be 41 April 23rd this year. I can't
What?
waste time. I did that in my 20s, in my 30s. I have to keep doing, have to keep pushing, have to keep striving. Just like right now, when I'm working, I'm still putting in work on the podcast. I'm still doing flyers. I'm still promoting. I'm still creating. Some people say, "How you sleep?" I sleep, but I don't sleep long.
Mhm.
So I'm constantly re-instructing my life. I believe in the born again experience. I'm being born again. I'm just restarting all over again on the spiritual
Mhm.
standpoint.
I love that. I love that. I love the way you put that, being born again.
Yeah, it
I,
helps you.
absolutely. I felt like I had that standstill as well. I'm not sure if you know, but the Straight Outta Kemet podcast actually started in 2017, and it was originally an idea that I had underneath my publishing company, I in the Middle Publishing, where um, it would become a magazine. So I was using the platform to raise funds in order to have a magazine. I stopped doing it for a little while, and then a lot of things has taken place in my life. I had, the death of my brother-in-law, the death of my mom, and then I found out I was having another baby. So a lot of things happened, and it was funny because I was actually sitting back one day, and it popped up like in my memories. I think it was on YouTube. And I looked at it, I was like, why did I stop doing this? It's like I started it, but then I stopped. And I really believe in it. You know what I mean? Because I'm really about helping the melanated community and just showing our greatness because we have so much greatness within us. So yeah, that statement that you said, being reborn, born again, it really, yeah, that like boop, put
Yeah.
the nail right on the head. Yes, yes. So yes, can you share also a little bit with us about, I know you're into doing flyers and graphic designs and all of that. Share a little bit with our audience about that as well.
That's something I was always into. It was told to me that was one of my giftings was what you want to say, media. So that is something I walk into. There's something I just learn as I go. I didn't go to school for it or anything like that. I just learn as I go. So I used to pay people to do my flyers. So I was to that one day, you know what? Let me learn how to do this. And I just learn as I go. And that's what I've been doing. And of course, I've been getting better with it, better with it, better with it, better with it. Like people said, man, your flyer becoming dope. So I'm just putting in the work. I'm keeping my head down and I'm just working. And I love what I do, especially in media. And the book that I have on the Podcast Academy book that I have been reading, that's a good book. So those that interested in podcasting, I'm gonna talk about that too later on how that got started and who helped me where I'm at today. I gotta
Hmm.
give a big shout out to her too as well. But get back to the point. I just learn as I go.
Okay. Okay. And which you just mentioned a book. That puts me into my next question. Is another throw out question that really doesn't like relate, but it relates because we still want to give the audience um, just a little bit of background about who you are.
Yeah.
Um, what's the last book you read, and what is something that you learned from it?
The book I'm reading right now is Swagger by Jimmy Johnson. For those who know who Jimmy Johnson is, he's a legendary football coach. He coached the Dallas Cowboys in the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s. He coached college football with the University of Miami and many other college schools. That's the book I'm reading now. I'm reading about how he rebuilt the Dallas Cowboys in the championship. They win the championship in the 90s. And he explained his blueprint on how he reconstruct a championship dynasty. And that's something I want to find in my own life to reconstruct a championship dynasty. Especially, my thing is really I want to get married. I want to have a family. So I want me and whoever I get with that we have that mindset of building a championship dynasty and just apply it in my business and also my personal life. And just like I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun. So that's the book that still reading right now.
Okay, I love it. I love it. And what is it that you could tell or share with someone that person who has an idea for a podcast, they don't know where to start, they're scared to start. They just don't know. They don't know if it's going to be successful. What advice do you have for them?
I would tell them not to anybody stay consistent, and it's not really that much. The What I'm talking about right now, if you go to Amazon, a mic is like $14. Laptops are really cheap back in the when laptop first came out. They was in the thousands, but now laptops are cheap. All you have to do is have to get a laptop, microphone, get you some lights, get your editing program, and you're good to go. But I would tell people this: always stay consistent, whether you whether people watching you or not. Still keep staying consistent, no matter what. I see people all the time. They say they want to start this. They'll start it for a little while and then they'll stop. Now, if you're doing it just to gain people, and if the people don't show up when you expect to, then we're gonna have you gonna stop. You do it because it's something you love to do, and not only that, perfect your craft. What I have to get better in, and I'm say this, is advertising. You like we worded a lot of stuff. Get people in tune, get people inclined. Not only that, really show more case of what you're talking about, so people get to understand it. Because people always look at titles. Some always taught me hashtags work, but I would tell anybody just stay consistent, invest in you, and that's what I'm gonna talk about too. And I'm gonna say this: this individual helped me out a lot. This someone who I thought I was gonna marry, but it didn't work out. But she told me, she said, you know what, this gonna go back in Alabama. She said, you know, if you're really serious about podcasting, get your books on public speaking, get your books on podcasting, and get you a type of chart that's dealing with public speaking. So I got a big shout out to her, but she the one set me on this path. I wasn't even thinking about public speaking books. I wasn't even thinking about this. I was just going off empty calories. But this person got in my face and said, "You, if you're serious about this, get the books you need in order to and cultivate your skills." And that's what I did. And to this day, I'm on that road, and I'm still. So I tell anybody, stay consistent. If it's something you want to do it.
Absolutely. I am going to get some public speaking books. It's funny as we say that, right? Because I actually have this. This is one of the books that I had from
Okay.
college. And I need to actually start reading back through it because, public speaking for me sometimes it's crazy. And that's the reason why I've kept my podcast going because I'm like, it's going to help me. Like I'm still learning along the way. You know what I mean? I know I'm not there yet. I mean, but none of us are. Life is within itself is all about growth. Um, so it's funny that you bring that up. And that was very insightful as well. Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Oh, you well, like I said, it's what it's all about. Investing in you. The books that's good. All right, if not everybody not familiar, get TED. TED Talks is most do a lot of public speaking. Better matter of fact, big shout out to my cousin Keisha. She was on TED Talks. My cousin in St. Louis. She does a lot of public speaking, so she's very good, very phenomenal. So get the TED Talk
Wow.
books because you are public speaking. You're on podcast, so you are speaking to the public.
Mm-hmm.
So that stuff helps out. Reading helps you out. Just learning. I love to learn. We all students of the game, right? So we constantly gonna keep learning and growing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, can you share maybe one of your stumbling blocks that kind of that you had to overcome with podcasting?
Uh, Shyness. I was very shy. I was not the vocal type at all. So that was one of my stumbling about shyness. That was it. Just really being shy. Then eventually I graduated, came out of it. So it's like I'm here.
Mm, absolutely. That's funny. I'm shy too. No one would ever know, but I am
Right,
shy. I am. But I'm also an actor or an actress, however
right, yeah.
they want to call it. Um, so I definitely know how to cover it up when I need to.
You just go
When I
into a
need
whole
to.
nother zone. It's like,
Exactly.
gotcha.
Exactly. Put your best foot. You just put your best foot forward.
Have to.
Hope for the
Have to.
best. No, not hope. Trust for the best. There we go.
Right, right.
Trust for the
That's
best.
it.
So, how can one get onto your podcast, onto your platform? Any special credentials they need to have?
Thing is a brief bio about you, about what you do, and a picture, and that's it. We'll just take it from there. Now, how I like to do it, I do submit questions to who I'm interviewing. We don't stick to the questions because you know how that be. You have a question, and before you know it, you go to something else. So that's all I have to do is just a brief bio about your picture. I do the flyer, and I just promote it until the big day of the show.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. Now, is there anything else that you would love to share about any of your businesses, any of your services?
Uh, of course, we got our own t-shirts. I said t-shirt store. Of course, we do a lot of t-shirts and stuff. I'm wearing one of the t-shirts now off the store. I have to send you all the information for it. It's called Bad Habits, Unlearn Bad Habits, Relearn Legacy. That's what it's one about. We have learned a lot of bad habits growing up. We want to learn no bad habits. We learn legacy. We learn righteousness. We learn integrity. So we carry this stuff on for generations to come. So that's another thing. But mostly, really, I'm just doing a lot of podcasting, a lot of interviewing, a lot of talking, teaching. That's what we've really been doing. Is really building this brand of Walking His Way Impact was podcast.
Absolutely. I love it. I love having people who are just so inspiring and motivating, because it helps to inspire me. It makes me feel like this whole interview right now, I'm like, yeah, I want to do this. I want to do that. I get my head like, yeah, I can do it.
Yeah.
So thank you again for coming on to the podcast. Definitely motivational and inspirational. Can you let our guests know how they can find you, all your social handles, all that good stuff?
Okay. I'm I'm on everything. Okay. I'm on Facebook at Ferman Jackson Jr. on Facebook. That's for those who want to know my name is FERMAN Jackson Jr. on Facebook. Instagram Impact Voice 12. YouTube Impact Voice 12. Twitter is same thing. Ferman Jackson J2 on Twitter. And we have implemented Saturday morning show. So I'm doing 3 shows now. We're doing Tuesday night, which is at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Pacific. And so Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And also I'm doing a Saturday morning show as well. And that's 10 p. That's 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, and then on all three
Awesome.
platforms, we live stream on Facebook Live, Twitter now, and YouTube.
Yes, indeed, indeed. So y'all make sure and definitely hit him up on all social platforms. We're also going to have all your information in the description box. And thank you again for coming on to the Straight Outta Kemet podcast. We
And I
definitely
appreciate
appreciate having you.
and I appreciate you too. I know you're gonna be returning to the show in a couple of weeks. I'm looking forward to chopping it up with you and having a good time on Impact Force as well. So I appreciate the opportunity. Keep doing what you're doing, and most importantly, keep elevating your game.
Thank you so much. Indeed, indeed. All right. Yay, yay. Peace. Today's episode was sponsored by SDH Entertainment LLC. Be sure to check out their show, Crucified, playing April the 14th and 15th at the Slayton House Theater. Here's a small clip of what you can expect.
A once tight-knit family bond.
Damn it, Tito, didn't I tell you that I'm vacationing? I am retiring, which means all prior duties have been relinquished.
You still the same. Wake up fussing. I just come over for a little while. I ain't trying to stay in this Roach Motel.
I still can't figure out how you gonna do that. Honey, you see, when the Lord created me, he created a mighty great sunbeam made in his image. And plus, Yoshi always rolling her damn eyes. One day I got her good. I put a little bit of crazy on her eyelashes while she was asleep, and she couldn't roll her eyes for 3 days.
Oh, that's the time when her eyes was real puffy. I remember when I saw her, I was like, girl, you looking just like your mama with all them bags. Ouch, auntie.
I told you about playing with me.
It's broken.
When the battle of addiction is lost, resurfacing childhood
You
trauma.
need to get some help. I need to get some help? Really? You're the one that loses friends when you put too much liquor in your body. Okay, and you're the one who ruined your marriage because you're so traumatized and traumatizing me all my life.
And revealing family secrets.
Instead, before you've broken, I recently lost my best friend. My right hand, my mother.
Leaving one innocent soul demonized.
You broke Ma's heart.
And I really lost my whole family. But most importantly, I lost myself.
Crucified, the stage play, showing April 14th and 15th at the Slayton House in Columbia, Maryland.
Thank you all so much for tuning into the Straight Outta Kemet podcast. I do trust that you have enjoyed this episode. And before we go, I have to give a huge shout out to my girl, Uniqea Monie. Her song is the song that you hear on the intro to the Straight Outta Kemet podcast. Y'all be sure to go follow her. You can follow her at Cosmic Nobodies Conventions with a K, Less Nobodies Business LLC, Sunshine Monet L on Facebook, Less Nobodies on YouTube, and Uniqea Monie on all streaming platforms.
I am confident, I am opulent, I am destined for greatness.